Welcome back to Sports Rock. It's been a long day around here, George. I want to fill up. I'm getting a little hungry here.
Need something hearty and something good. And for that, reach into the Sports Rock fridge for some fresh meat. You found them for years in the Inquirer sports pages. Find him in City Beat now, and sometimes in the funny pages. The long-lost father of F. Stop Fitzgerald. It's local cartoonist Jerry Dowling. Jerry, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good to have you
You
here.
ever been called fresh meat?
Pleasure to be here.
You ever been called fresh meat before?
Been called a lot of things.
Yeah, you have. And you've got this new book
Well, I think
called
Marge
Drawing.
called me honey.
Yeah, she called you a few other things besides honey.
Oh, yeah.
didn't she? Yeah. You have this new book out called Drawing Pete, a collection of cartoons by Jerry that chronicled Pete's career from pretty much beginning back in the mid-late 60s, right?
I missed the first 4 years when I wasn't here in town. So he already had 500 hits by the time I got here.
And he was something to draw because physically he's a character, and then off the field, unbelievable. Is he the best subject you've been involved with?
One of the best. I mean, he's in the top 5 along with Marge Schott and Mike Brown.
And did Pete ever get honked off at some of this stuff?
Not really. He never really, I ran into Pete a couple times. He never made any comments about it. He was always trying to set up some kind of a deal with me. I met him one time in the Stingers press box, and a cartoon, man, can I have a copy of that one that you did the other day of the Big Red Machine? Okay, Pete, fine. Give you 2 copies, and you can have one signed for yourself, and take one to spring training and get it all signed by the players and give it back to me. Well, I never saw either one of them again.
You were hoodwinked by Pete Rose.
That's when you learn you don't do any business with Pete.
Oh, gosh. We've got some of the caricatures you've done over the years, and obviously most of them Pete in this book, but also the Big Red Machine, and you have something coming up with them as well.
Well, the reason we're doing, after Pete is out, we thought we're going to follow up a book. We have already got the contracts for those. There's going to be 2. One is on the Bengals' 2 Super Bowl seasons. And we pushed the Big Red Machine back a year because of Joe Posnanski's book coming out in the fall at the same time. So we don't want 2 of them on the same subject same time.
What makes a good cartoon? Is it a physical characteristic that may be just very noticeable and overwhelming, or can you then fold in a personality trait and make that part of what the physical appearance is?
You go with the idea first. I mean, without the idea, you have no cartoon. You can caricature somebody, but what does it mean, And then you work on the caricature and try to make the caricature and the physical aspects of the person, like his stance, Pete's, crazy like that, and the way he ran all the time. That's all part of a caricature, and that's the way I drew Pete all the time. And, it's not just the face, it's the shape of the face, the proportions, the way Pete's lip comes up over his nose, like that, kind of like Elvis.
Yeah.
and the beady eyes and the big jaw, and he's got that bullet hole in his cheek. I don't know how he got that.
Killing him. But that's how you had to look at it. You had to go to the extremes.
There's caricature parts all over people.
Mm-hmm. And Marge Schott, and we brought her up briefly. You said she called you honey, but didn't she revoke your pass once for a drawing you did of her?
There's a drawing in there of she came to a luncheon at the Inquirer when she was voted one of the Women of the Year.
Yeah.
And afterwards, she came down to the sports department, and I had just done this cartoon of her didn't draw her as a dog, but I drew her with a barrel around her neck. She said she came here to save the Reds, because they were threatening to move.
Sure.
So I put a barrel around her neck, and I just did a caricature. It wasn't too bad. One of the better ones I ever did of her. Anyway, they said, give her the original. So I did, and she looked at it and started to laugh a little bit. And that picture's in there of her holding it. And I thought she'd look up and say, well, thank you very much, Jerry. I really appreciate this. All she did was, I'll get you for this.
No, somebody else got you. Elvis Presley, and it's in the book. The caricature you did, they commissioned you to do a full-page deal, right?
Full page in color.
In 1977, and what happened? There it is.
He was here for a concert, and before the concert, he was in his hotel room, and they showed him the paper that morning. He's laughing at it. He didn't see anything wrong with it. He's having a ball with it. Well, he took it to the concert, and halfway through the concert, he held it up and said, I don't know who drew this, but I hate the SOB. And then he broke into treat me like a fool.
The King did that. That's big. When the King rips on you,
And he ran
you've
that
made
picture
it.
in the paper.
Where can we get the book? If we
The book is available through Edgecliff Press, and they have a website, www.edgecliffpress.com, and you'll find all their books in there. And Pete's in there, and they've got it set up so that you can flip through that book page by page and take a look at it. And then you can order it if you want it. It's also available down at the Reds Hall of Fame and at certain bookstores.
All right,
This is good
Jerry
stuff.
Dowling, we look forward to the Bengals book, too.
Thank you very
I
much.
look forward to
Drawing
his caricature. It's what I want to see. How would you draw him?
No, let's not go there. We're gonna have our weekly awards, and did you see this coming up?
First of all, I got to sharpen my pen.
And stab it in me.